what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Punishing Gray Raven reaction. It has been over a month since I've listened to anything from PGR, just because the requests for them kind of dried up and I never really got around to finding another one. I saw a few comments here and there going through as I was reading all of them, as I usually do, but I was also like, yeah, none that stood out as like I need to get to this right now. But now there have been a lot of people going, man, it's been a while since the last PGR song, you should get to one. And I'm like, you right. So this is one of the most popular ones I saw in all the comments that I've been seeing. It's another song from FLuoRiTe called Interstice Oath. So that's an interesting name all on its own. So I guess I've got to listen to this one. And without further ado, let's go. It's been long enough that I don't know what to anticipate. For all I know, FLuoRiTe could be a completely different person now. I spent too much time away. Maybe not, though. We still got that brilliant cinematic heavy backbeat. There's so much bone on this one. That's a lot of high brass. It was like all low string, like high mid brass. No low brass that I could tell. Okay, there's low brass in there. It's just very subtle. Bit of a shift. Oh, I thought that was a glitch in the video. It was like actually intentional. Okay. Threw me off for a second. I thought something in the recording messed up. Oh, man. God, the echo and the reverb on this. God, that's so clean. Yeah, it's okay. It's like perfectly on beat. Oh, I love where this is going. Oh, boy. Dude, the envelope on this synth is insane. Where are we going? Ooh, we're going back. Ooh. I was not sure if that was going to be a new part of the song or what. Ooh. Some sound design, very tasteful, throwing it in there. But now they have that synth in there too. I love this. I love this so much about PGR music, seriously. The way of utilizing, like, recently introduced elements. And having everything blend so well. God! Never a dull experience with any of PGR songs. Glorious work as always. Okay, so I just spent way too much time messing around with this song. It's in D minor from what I could tell, and I was just playing around with it. There's so many little things in this one, especially with that piano break in the center. That alone is so neat, because right here, it's just bouncing around on a minor third and a perfect fourth. So you get that, and then it does drop down to this A, but it keeps the other two the same. And then that's kind of the transitional moment where it moves into that next spot, where it moves up a little bit further on the keyboard. And that ends up acting like a sort of a key change, an entire mood shift. And then that's where the other synth comes in for that middle section. And it's just a really cool evolution. I love the enveloping on that synth in the center as well. That's so neat. Having just that sound continue to grow, get wider, get thinner. It's pulling you along like a wave. It's so perfect. That enveloping is absolutely brilliant. They could have just let it be a normal synth, but no, they had to make it breathe. And that is so good. Such a good idea, such a good execution of that idea. And then moving it into that final part, keeping that synth around in the background while blending it with the first part. FLuoRiTe especially has done that quite a few times in their past works, and I love that. That marriage of the first idea and then the bridge idea becoming this big finale at the end, and having all of that come into one sound, and it just sounds so full, so large. It sounds like it could blow the roof off a stadium. It is such a neat effect, and I've seen a lot of musicians do that. Some do it very, very well. Some really don't manage to pull off that scale that comes with having to marry those two in the center, and FLuoRiTe is one of those people who just does. They get it. It's so good every single time. There's never a gap in there where I'm like, man, I wish it was more impressive, because as far as I'm concerned, that's about as impressive as you can get. Being able to nail that so consistently is just such a skill. And a real quick backtrack, because I forgot to get to this part. I've been too excited about talking about the rest of it. But on that piano part that goes, and then it pops up to that A on the higher octave right above it. And when it does that transition and it drops from this and it goes down to A, D, E, when it goes up to the next note where it usually would have that A in there, it jumps it up to a B, which is where we've been starting down here the whole time. So you get this nice, beautiful flow. And it just marries all of these notes in here that are being played all together. And that's kind of a crunchy grouping, but they're all groups of two. So you get this A, this B, this D, this E, and then the other A and B up there. That's just those same four moved up to the top. That's so cool. I love that so much. It's such a beautifully simple way to write this part, just dancing between these couple of notes and popping it up to that next octave to make it lighter, and then utilizing that as kind of an entire shift for that middle section. It is so beautiful. What an amazing little segment there. What a beautiful, amazing concept there, and as simple as it is, it has so much power. As I'm sure you heard listening to it, that's an insanely smooth transition, and then utilizing other groupings of other notes above that in that new set of keys at the top to keep it going and keep that energy rising as that synth starts to change and we get to that enveloping section in there before we then get back to the main meat of the song. It's just a great little break in there, and I think it was a brilliant piece of writing, a little understated. I'm going to try to talk about it as much as I can, because I wonder if people really understood how beautiful that is, how simple, but how effective. That's some of my favorite things in music composition as a whole, is how to keep something as simple as possible, but make it sound so powerful and utilize that simplicity for all of the possible benefit that it has, and just wringing it dry, because man, FLuoRiTe definitely did that here. It's an amazing track, and I love that part specifically. The rest of it's gorgeous as well, but I really wanted to focus on that part because I think as far as the musical theory goes, that is probably the most prominent part for me. The rest, like I said, amazing. but that part specifically is just definitely worth an entire focus on this part of the video. But I think I've yapped about it enough, even though I said I would keep going, so thank you all so very much for watching. By all means, if you have any other songs you want me to get to from PGR, please recommend them down below. Like I said at the beginning, when the requests start to dry up, I just don't prioritize them as much, and I would love to get to these, but if they aren't pulling those views, the numbers and everything, I have to try and prioritize the other. At the end of the day, I'm still a YouTuber and trying to play to that algorithm a little bit, so if you want me to get to more, send these to your friends who play the game, get them to suggest a song, get them to interact and boost something up in the comments if they want me to get to something specific, and of course, if you have one, drop it down below yourself, and if you like this video and you want me to get to more, and you want to see the next one, you know how to follow me and support me and all that, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye!